Hey guys, it's Teaksy here and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I've got another ranking video for you guys, and I'm going to be ranking the 12 maps used in the game mode Demolition on Black Ops Cold War from worst to best. Now, the reason I decided to do this list is one, because it includes BO1 and BO2 maps, which I excluded from when I ranked all of the 6v6 maps in Cold War. But also, I've got a brand new series coming to the channel starting in the next week or so surrounding the game mode Demolition, and I felt like this was kind of a good warm up to get into it. So starting us off at number 12, and the worst map for Demolition in Cold War in my opinion, is Garrison. Now, I will stress that there's not a bad map for Demolition in Cold War. It's a really good game mode. The way they've done it in Cold War, it feels like a really original Demolition from sort of the Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 days. The spawns are really decent, but Garrison is just one of those maps that I just haven't managed to get anything going on yet. I think that it's the standard Garrison map layout. It can be tough to do things at B-bomb, especially if people are holding down satellite, holding down top green. You can also hold down the spawns on both sides from the middle of the maps. If you've got ARs and snipers, sometimes you can get sat back in your spawn. It can just be kind of difficult to do anything. And like I said, I've just not managed to get anything together on this map yet from a high kill standpoint or a nuke standpoint. Coming in at number 11 is Moscow. Again, this is a really decent map, but the spawns are huge on this map. And what I mean by that is the area in which both sides can spawn, attackers and defenders, is quite large. So if you're playing on your own, it can be really hard to rotate such a large area by yourself. But also there's a lot of spawning out potential on this map, so if you're a bit deep in the spawn, they will spawn out. They can spawn out quite far as well, which can be really frustrating and really difficult because it just allows them to get behind. Like if you're too deep in the spawn, they spawn out, they're gone, you can't get there, nothing you can do. So it can be a little bit frustrating in that way, and also the B bomb can be a bit of a pain as well on this map depending on how the enemy team are playing. Coming in at number 10 is Echelon. One of the more slower maps for Demolition in my opinion. Apart from the crazy game I had on it the other day, I tend to struggle a little bit more on this map. I don't tend to go too mental in terms of kills. The spawns are good on one side. I think if you're the attacking team, you can rotate the defenders' spawn quite well. But if you're the defending team, similar problem to Moscow, the attackers have got quite a large area in which they can spawn. And like I said, if you're playing on your own, it can be quite hard to rotate that by yourself. Coming in at number 9 is the Pines. Now, I was quite harsh on the Pines in my overall 6v6 ranking. I don't think it even made the top 10, and looking back, it probably deserved to. Again, the indoors, the fact that a lot of the map is indoors can prevent you to a certain extent, but if you use stuff like hand cannons, war machines, sentry guns, you can go pretty crazy on this map. I mean, it can be a little bit frustrating if the defending team are holding down top eskies quite well. They can get quite a lot of map control from that. But the spawns on both sides have real good potential, and if you're using the right streaks, not only can you nuke this map, but you can get some really high kill games on it. Coming in at number 8 is Driving. Now, as somebody who loved Black Ops 1, I was really surprised when they brought Driving back, because when I think back to BO1, I don't really remember playing Driving that often. If you ask me to name your BO1 maps, that's not the first one that comes to my head. But it has grown on me on Black Ops Cold War. I mean, the spawns go really large. When you're the defending team, you can lock down the attacker's spawn really well, rotate that main build, and you can go absolutely mental in the spawn. And also there's a lot of outdoor space as well for the defending and attacking teams where they spawn. So if you've got chopper gunners, gunships, veto escorts, even with the spawn protection on Black Ops Cold War, you can do some real damage, and it can be really difficult for players to get into cover before the spawn protection wears out and you can kill them. The only problem with this map is the bomb is really unfair in the overtime round. It always favours one team, the team that are much closer, and if you've played it, you'll know which side of the map that is. And basically it can ruin games, because if you go into the overtime, you're having a really good game, the overtime round can go really quickly, because basically the bomb is planted by the team that spawned really close to it before the other teams even got out of their spawn. Really ridiculous, needs changing, but I don't know if they ever will. Now, I was really quite happy with my sort of positioning of the maps 8 to 12, but as we get into the top 7, it was really difficult. I feel like any of these top 7 could have been number 1, and I kind of just had to go with my personal experiences and personal games. It was really hard to find a reason to put them where I've put them. But coming in at number 7 is Zoo. Now, Zoo has got real good potential on both sides. The spawns are really decent. When you're in the defending team, you can get in the enemy spawn, and there's like a little window that you can look out of that looks directly into their spawn. If you're sniping, you can go absolutely mad if they keep spawning at the back of the map. I haven't nuked this map yet, which again is another reason why I put it in number 7. And the other reason is, for some reason, if you're the defending team, if you push too far into the attacker's spawn, they've got massive spawn out potential where they can almost spawn in your spawn. It's really weird. I'm not too sure why it happens. It's the only instance I've seen of it on this game. and it's very rare. It's only if you push too far, but that is why I put Zoo in at number 7. At number 6, we've got Standoff, another classic map that plays really, really well. I've nuked this map. I've had lots of high kill games on this map. You know, there's not much I really need to say about this map. But the spawns for the attackers can move around a lot. So 1 minute they can be spawning petrol station, then they can be spawning near the bomb that's in the street, near the tank. And again, if you're playing solo, it can be a little bit harder to rotate that. But at the same time, you know, it was really difficult. I didn't know where to put it, so Standoff in at number 6. Coming in at number 5, and this might surprise a lot of people, is Slums. Now, Slums has got the most unbelievable spawns in the game, but the map can be frustrating. I think it's easy for the defensive team to hold the attackers back sometimes. If they get kind of mid-map control, as an attacker, it can be quite difficult to get out of your spawn. But also, there's a lot of 2-0 wins on this map just because the spawns are so good. If you've got one team that's absolutely dominating the other team, they've got no chance of getting out and doing the objective. And like I know, if you get a 2-0 game, it's over too quickly. It can be really difficult to do anything in that short period of time. Coming in at number 4 is Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse was the map I put top of my overall 6v6 maps, and I would still leave it there as an overall map when ranking the original Cold War maps. But the reason it's in at number 4 today, it's got good spawns on both sides, but I haven't nuked it yet, and the B-bomb can be frustrating depending on the enemy team you're playing against, because the B-bomb is quite easy to hold down, especially if you've got a player that holds the flank down. Because the flanking B-bomb is the only really way to get in if you've got a team that is set up really well defensively, and that's really the only reason I put it in at number 4. It's a great map. The nuke potential is there, high kill potential is there. I just haven't for some reason been able to get the nuke on this map yet. Coming in at number 3 is Rush. What a brilliant map this is. I don't really remember playing it that much on Black Ops 2. I mean, Black Ops 2 is a game I wish I'd played more, but it's really fast paced. It suits submachine gun players. Obviously, I'm an SMG player at heart, so I really love that. And there's lots of carnage on this map, which leads to lots of long games. You know, lots of 2-1s, lots of plant and diffusing, stretching the game out, which obviously leads to really high kill games. The spawns are majorly good on both sides of the map as well. I think I dropped 99 eliminations on this map. Almost dropped the 100 bomb. I just choked it, and it was so frustrating because I've only ever dropped the 100 bomb on 2 maps in the game. One of which is Nuketown and one of which is at the top of this list. So I think if I'd got that 100 bomb on Rush, it might have pushed it up to number 2 in the list. But yeah, really, really decent map. Coming in at number 2 is Yamantal. This map has got unreal spawns. Now, I was quite harsh on this map in my overall 6v6 list. I put it at number 2, but I said it was nowhere near to Apocalypse. And here I am, a couple of months later, ranking it 2 places above Apocalypse for Demolition. Now, in Demolition, I think Yamantal just edges it over APOC. I think if I was to do the overall 6v6 list again, I'd probably leave APOC at the top, but I'd say Yamantal was much closer. There's big potential with the snipers on this map. When you're attacking, you can basically kill the defenders and then push right into their spawn, and they will just keep spawning there. And if you've got a sniper, you can hit crazy feeds. You can just hold down the spawns really, really well though on both sides on this map. It's another map where you get a lot of good battles, which leads to longer games, high kill games, lots of carnage in overtime. The overtime bomb's in the middle of the map, but it can be quite difficult to get to for both sides. But for some reason, I still have not nuked this map yet. Still yet to tick this one off. I'm surprised that Yamantal and APOC have still not been nuked, but hopefully at some point I will get those over the line. And if you haven't guessed it already, at number 1 is Raid. Now, like I said, it was tough to rank sort of all of these maps really, but especially the top 7. But Raid wins out mainly because I've dropped the 100 bomb on this map. I've nuked this map. The spawns are great on both sides on this map. You get a lot of good battles on this map, a lot of 2-1 games, a lot of long games. There's lots of rotation options, and I just feel like I've got this map locked down. Like, if I go into a game of Demolition on Raid, unless I'm playing a really, really good team, I fancy me chances. I just feel like I've got a strategy locked down on this map, and for whatever reason, I can just go really, really good on this map. And you just can't go wrong with Raid, can you? Let's be honest, you cannot go wrong with Raid. But anyways, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do hit the like button down below. And like I said, I've got a brand new Demolition series coming up in the next couple of weeks, which is why I kind of did today's video, to kind of just get in the mood for that. Let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? If you're somebody who plays Demolition on Cold War, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are. I always feel like ranked videos get people talking, and everyone's always got a different opinion. If you are brand new around here and want to find your way back for more, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, guys, I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.